your sound better.
Hey guys, how we doing? How are we a-doing today? I gotta get a couple of things. Yeah, you can't see my face. I gotta get a couple of things open first before we do that. All right. Got the chat open. Let me put my face on cha. Bow. Nope, that's the wrong one. Bow. That's the one we're looking for. All right. So, what's up, people? It's been quite a while. We've been really busy, so trying to get things. I'll go over why live streams have stopped a little bit here in a second. But first, I want to go over a hello and stuff like that. But first, you guys have been seeing us pump this out. We've been pumping out a lot of plugins lately. We're doing a lot of plugin design because I feel like there's a lot of resources that are in music that people have to really try to struggle to find. And I know there are, multi-mode delay effect plugins, but this one's really unique. Sphere delay is actually 90% off right now. Usually $79.90 is now $7.90. 90% off. There are videos of, what it goes over, what it does, all the effects and plugins and stuff like that. Here's a general description. You guys can go through and read. Gives you some of the presets. This is like a very minimal amount of the presets. There's like, I don't even know how many there are. I think there's 23 total. I think I gave a little bit, no, 30. I gave a little bit here, but there's 30 of them. Then there's the demo track, which I was playing another plugin we've released called Instacord, which if you guys head to our Facebook, people who are already on Facebook and follow us on Facebook and stuff like that know. But we just released a chord progression plugin called Instacord. There's a video on our YouTube channel. There's a video up on Facebook, and there's you can go to our website, go to plugins, and look at it and read the description on it. Our website for me right now is loading really slow, so I don't want to have to go find it because it's going to take me a little bit. But yeah, so today the giveaway is going to be this though. So one of you guys will get, if you go to Facebook and share the live stream, is the only way to win. one of you will get this plugin. Originally $79.90, but on sale for 90%. You'll get it free. The rest you can go purchase it for £7. I don't know what that converts to anyone else's dollars, or whatever your money currency is. And if you're unsure, you can try a demo. The only thing that's different with the demo that you cannot get rid of. People think that you can pirate it and get rid of this. With the demo versions, you cannot. As there's a white noise effect that happens every so often, and it keeps you from being able to play purely. So, I'm done with that. So just be prepared to go to Facebook and share the stream. You get this for free, one of you. The reason why live streams and where I've been, couple of things. I'm still at WA. I'm still doing work for them, so it's not about the fact that I am no longer allowed to do them. It's more or less that we have a lot of stuff we want to get done, and it takes all of our cooperation, me, Roman, and all the rest of the team. It takes all of our cooperation to get these things done, and it's very difficult to have to do these little minute things that we know we have to do that we can't. Like, we can remember to do them, but we feel like we could use this hour on a Sunday to be doing something different. Today's a little different. We're kind of ahead of schedule on some things. We've released 2 plugins in the last couple of weeks, so we're kind of satisfied where we're sitting right now with releases and stuff like that. So we figured today would be a good day to do it. I said the stream was going to start an hour before this, but in America, at least where I'm located, we set our clocks forward for daylight savings, so I'm actually an hour ahead of Roman now. Not that these streams aren't going to continue. It's just they won't be as frequent in every Sunday as they were. Since we're going to be working a lot more on some stuff, we're not going to be able to have the free time to do these kinds of things as often until we get all this stuff done. We want to try to get all these things done first, which I can't leak out and tell you. So I refer to them as these things, just because they're hectic and it's been taking quite a while to do this, and we've been really struggling on trying to get this done. And we want to get it done for you guys. We feel like it'll be a whole big, really big innovative move on our part for the community. So we're trying to do this and trying to get this done, as well as design packs and plugins and stuff like that. Just live streams and stuff like that just aren't on the top of the priority list at the moment. Eventually it'll be back, whether it be by Roman, somebody else, or myself doing them. We're planning on doing these bi-weekly, hopefully, or just doing them whenever I can. So try to be prepared for that. So I'm going to stop talking and get to the tracks now. How's everyone doing? Say what's up in the Chizat. And I'm not usually coughing, but today, for some reason, my throat has a tickle in it. And for some reason, I can't copy and paste things. So I got to go back and copy that. I have a button on my mouse that lets me copy things. Let me say hi to people in the Chizat. What's up, Casper? JP, how we doing? Casper, what's up? Omen, Maxwell, Midix, US, Game Wolf, Alan, Alexander. I think it's Nixa, I want to say. Steven, Neron, Midix, I think I said what's up to you already. Rhythm, Dinstrix, DJ Agit, I think is how you say your name. JCM official, yada yada yada. Yes, I just steal presets. Who doesn't? Drop is still shit. I'm getting vocals for the break. Okay. By the way, I have an audition for a music school tomorrow. That's sick. I want to go to a music school, but music school here in America is expensive. Like, there's a school. I don't know if any of you are familiar with how America's laid out, but there's a school in Florida, which is the southeastern corner of America, that's called Full Sail University, and they wanted like $5,000 before I even got in. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. some mixing things in the drop and some low end. But I get it's a work in progress. So yeah, basically all you need to do is your introduction so far is solid. I'm assuming the rest of this is solid and mixed. Adding the vocals will really bring a new melody to it. It'll be easier to build up that way. And then you'll have to add some low ends to these chords, something for transition, something to change it up, and then just some mixing on the kick and stuff like that. Stuff you already know what you're doing. And you have to leave the track title this. It has to be that. Just saying. But yeah, I can't wait to hear when the vocals come back. When the vocals come in, and then whenever you've mixed down this actual drop. The drop's not crap. It's very basic at the moment, which I'm assuming, everything's basic whenever you start messing with it. So I would just work on, of course but I would work on just changing up some things and adding some stuff to make it different. What's up, Valid? Slid Ice. All right, Casper, great job. Thanks for submitting the track. If you're interested in a multi-mode plugin today, head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win our Sphere Delay plugin we just released a couple of weeks ago for free. If you're unsure if you're gonna like it, if you don't win it and you want to get it and you're unsure, you can go grab a demo and see what it's like. My favorite preset is actually Rhythmic Bounce is what it's called. I love it. I use it on everything. I can already tell by this right here that your master needs to be a little pushed up a little bit. Yeah, for WA right now, or for Angry Parrot, I've been working on a vocal pack with somebody, and the hardest part right now is lyrics, because I can't write them. Okay, so things I would do is add some variation here, whether it be hi-hats, whether it be kick, change the drums, beef up the kicks, work on your mastering and your mixing a little bit, just so and cut this off a little bit. It's a little too long and too repetitive. And then when it hits here, it's kind of the same thing, just a little bit more increased here. So I would just change some things up and then definitely add some low end, try to work on your mastering, try to work on your mixing. If you download some of our packs, our construction kits actually have templates, whether you're using FL or Ableton. At the moment, where we don't have any like Logic or Cubase or stuff like that yet. We've actually hired producers who do those kinds of things, and we're just waiting on that. But at the moment, what I would do is just try to figure out some mastering stuff, figure out some mixing, and figure out some other elements you can add to beef up the track, or not necessarily beef it up, but to add some stuff to it. Of course, it is a work in progress, so I can't harsh you too much on it. Thank you for submitting the track, though. Truler, I think that's how you say your name. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Sphere Delay, a multi-mode delay plugin for free today. For free, people. Why is my command button not working today? I don't get it. Am I not hitting the right key to what's happening? I'm opening up Synapse real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, left command. Hello. Do I gotta keep it open? I don't want to have to keep it open. It works now. That fixed it. I don't get why that's a thing, but hey, it works now. Alright, I'm just gonna close this then. I'm just gonna close you. I have this muted. Hey, it's us. I feel like I just messed up my headphones too. That fixed it. I don't know why. That fixed it. Definitely add some more power behind that kick. Maybe add some sort of a snare transit along with the clap. And maybe not actually. Keep the clap. Since you have the kick backing it, I would just add more punch to that kick. It'll bring out the punching. Then some more low end. Yeah, I can hear a saw in the back. That's going to be your backing bass tone. But what I would do is lower the volume of that a little bit and widen it. And then with the sub, make it directly centered. Just so you have that element that's not going to be too overbearing on the other elements that are already wide. And that kick seems like it has a lot of stereo on it too. I would center that as well. If you guys don't know what centering is, I mean stereo width. You have stereo wide, then stereo centered. If you don't know how to do that, then you could just go download Ozone Imager, and you literally can stereo with anything. Add width, decrease width, all that other stuff. It's great, and it shows you exactly how wide stuff is. It's awesome. I use it on everything, so I would just do that. Yeah, what I would do is beef up those back elements, like the chords and stuff like that. I'd beef those up a little bit more, just so they're a little bit low the lead, because the lead pluck is a little too overpowered. I understand it's a lead, but it's supposed to be just leads aren't supposed to be the only thing you hear over the drums as well. What they're supposed to do is they're supposed to mimic the chords or whatever element you have them following, and be the thing you hear the most. But the chords are supposed to fill out the other space, just so you feel the chords and hear the lead. So I would beef up those chords a little more and not make this pluck too much of a heavy focal point, which I understand it's the lead and it's supposed to be, but not too much. And then beef up these drums a little more so because you're supposed to hear the drums over everything. Every time a drum hits, you're supposed to be able to hear it, which you can. I just feel like you're a little too drowned out with the elements. So I would work on the side chaining as well as beefing up the kick. That's just about all I got for you, though. But thank you for sharing the track. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Sphere Delay. You can't join the Cord. I feel like somebody, like a mod or somebody, can send you a message on YouTube or however you need it with an invite link. Okay, that's a good question. I have two Abletons because this one is the intro version for Live 9, and then this one is the Ableton Live 9 or Ableton Live 10 trial, and I was trying it out. I still have like a couple days left on it. That's why. The track seems very centered. I would widen it a little bit more. Like there's chords in the background that just don't have enough power behind them, so I would try to add more power to them. By that, like compression, some distortion to beef them up a little bit, but not too much over the lead. That's really all I have. The kick is there, but I feel like all the other elements are not necessarily lower than it, because you can definitely see the tones of the kick popping through, then everything else is kind of sitting here. So make sure that in your mastering you are beefing up all the other elements, as well as trying to keep the kick from being too overpowered, because kicks can be too overpowered. They're supposed to be the thing you hear the most, but they're not supposed to be too much of a smack. But the kick's hardness and the kick's thumpiness is really good. So the sample itself is really good. The mixing on it's kind of muddy towards the tail end. So maybe crop out some of the low end and then mix some of that low end out. Not too much, but just a little bit. And then on the like sub-ish area, which I think you're lacking a little bit, and you have some low end, I can hear it, but I would just beef it out and a little bit more, just to the point where it's a little bit easier to understand that it's there and what it's trying to cover. If it's trying to cover the chord or it's trying to cover the lead, make sure it's not too high of an octave up, because it sounds like it's playing a little bit too high. You make heavy wubs, Ace Music? We'll send them over then. That's all I got for you, Neon. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Sphere Delay for Frala. For Frala is code for free. Did I mess up the link because I hit a button? Nope. Cool. Cool. Vocals remind me of Kashmir, one of Kashmir's track, like, I don't know which one it is. I know what it's called, but I don't know how to say the word. That's what it sounds like. I feel like those vocals, that low end, that little mid-tone bass with a sub that backs it is a little muddy. I'd fix that up a little bit, make it more of a like a clicky sounding low end, so it's kind of lower than it plays right now, and compress it a little bit. It sounds too basic, and it needs to be a little bit more. Crap. It needs to be more. It's hard to explain. It's like, I know Kashmir does it in his song, like Tiger Lily, I think is what his song is called. I don't remember. And that song, he has like a really cool sounding low toned offbeat pluck that you're doing with the bass tone right there. I would try to mimic that in sorts, because this one's a little too overdrived sub bass is what it sounds like. So Starkio, no I didn't. It's probably next. I'm going to say it once for everybody who's new. Discord is not the same for everybody. So if you paste your track and you're above somebody, you might be below them on me. So just give it a second. If you're like, oh crap, this guy's next to me, and he plays before you, don't go, oh, he skipped me. Just go, oh, maybe he'll be next. Or if I go like 5 people over you, then you can tell me I skipped you. But I think you're actually next. There you are. There you are. See, look at you. Let me copy. But yeah, so I would add some of that, fix some of that low tone and that mid-tone offbeat bass you have. And other than that, I would turn these vocals down a little bit, and some of the background elements up a little bit. You're almost mad. Yeah, just if you see like he is above you, on yours it probably shows that he's below you. Just assume that it's going to be different on mine because I'm getting all of them flooded to me at one time. Plus I have admin over the thing, so it lags a little more. So like JP might be above this guy on his, which he's 10 for somebody, which, you know, it's fine. Or he may be above this guy, but on his he might be above JP, but he's not. So just give it a second. If like this guy had played, then JP had played, and this guy had played, and your song didn't play, then you can. I had basically skipped you, but no, I did not. I try hard not to. Sometimes I overlook them. I rely on you to tell me, but you're cool. It's cool. Help with mix, okay. So there's some things. Mix on it. Drums seem a little weak. So a good compression. Learning how to EQ was the biggest thing for me. My drums seemed way too strong and they seemed way too bass heavy. So learning how to EQ them to correctly where the bass hits enough to where it's not clipping. And so whenever I play it on my laptop speakers and my car speakers and then my headphones, it sounds good on all three of them. So learning to EQ is your biggest thing. It's going to be able to separate a lot of these elements. The elements kind of seem too muddy at the moment, so knowing exactly which element falls under which category when it comes to EQing bands. So you have the high, or you have the low, mid-lows, mid, high mids, and highs. I know the parabolic, I think it's what it's called, or parametric, I think it's what it's called. EQ2, which I haven't used in ages, in FL Studio, in my head, doesn't sound the best. It's not very accurate, too, when it comes to frequency ranges. So if you have a buddy or somebody who has Ableton that's able to shoot you a version of theirs, because you can use Ableton on 2 computers, I would use EQ8. It's really good with calibrating which frequencies are sitting where and exactly, and it shows you, as soon as you cut them off, it shows you what part of the element's not playing in the frequency spectrum. So if you cut out, if there's a bunch of lows in a kick and you literally slice out all the lows, it'll just show you the highs that are playing. It won't show anything, so you can know exactly where noise is playing at what area. On the parametric, I feel like it doesn't do that. I haven't used it in forever. So learning where elements like kicks sitting in the low ends and then the low ends, then you have the subs sitting in the 80 hertz area, and then you have highs sitting where hi-hats usually are, and effects, so that whenever the hi-hats are playing, you hear them, but they're not too strong, but you know they're there. It's EQing things is one of the best ways to get things separated. And then being able to fill those blank areas when you've EQ'd them with effects or with other elements that you have here, like these little fills and little triggers you have happening here, which is always really good to have. But making sure they're not, 1, too overbearing, and 2, a way to fix an idea you don't have, which a lot of times I do. separating these a lot with EQing is the biggest thing I have for you. So go and try to look up some tutorials on EQing with not knowing what effects you have on these already and being able to look at your actual project file. I can't quite tell you exactly what to mix what where. It really just is by ear. And that'll separate a lot of everything. And then when it comes to mastering, that is basically preference. Everyone from Virtual Riot to Han Solo, or Son, I call him Han Solo, San Holo, to the Chainsmokers has a different type of master. Dubstep and melodic dubstep and those kinds of genres are mastered heavier. Genres like this are going to be mastered somewhat mid-tone, and then you have lo-fi that's mastered not very hardly at all. What I would do is just try to go back and figure out exactly where your genre fits in the mastering spectrum and try to look up tutorials and get like free plugins or whatever if you can't afford like Isotope Ozone and stuff like that, which a lot of people can't. I can't even do that. I just use stock plugins, and just try to increase frequencies, not to the point where they're clipping too much, but you want to be able to hear each individual frequency band and then be able to hear everything all cohesively. So just try to make it sound as pretty as you possibly can and bring it back, and we'll take a look at it. But yeah, just learn to EQ and separate some of these frequencies from one another, because if you do that, nothing sounds too muddy. Sorry that was long, but he actually asked a legitimate question. So this one's going to be, thank you for sending the track it over to Facebook. Share your stream for a chance to win. Sphere Delay. This is going to be JP. And then we have, he also sent somebody else's. So Han Solo, yeah, I said he messes with me all the time. Game over! I've heard that vocal pack way too many times. That's exact. I've used that pack a lot too. So I mean, it's legit. It's literally a legit Japanese voice actress, so I'm not harsh. Your background elements are a little too loud. Sounds like a Virtual Riot sample. Sounds like one of his heavy bass designs. Could not be. It just sounds like it. But the background elements in this are way too loud. You need to have the drums and the bass being the one that poke through the most. Just so, you know, you want to have, since your focal point in a drop is going to be the basses and the drums, and the effects are going to be to fill those empty spaces, that when there's just effects playing, you have some that's playing there. It isn't though? Okay, that's good. Because you're going to be hearing, guarantee you, if anyone had Splice, whenever that pack dropped, everyone's got everything on it. And it's going to be overused in the next couple of months. You can almost wait about a month when tracks are getting released, and you will hear rhythm tracks with his rhythm samples, dubstep tracks with his dubstep things, or one-shots that he's made. If it's one-shots, you can kind of get away with it, because you can change pitches and effects and stuff like that. But if it's like a legitimate loop, you can find it out really easily. But yeah, the only thing I really have for right now to be able to judge it fully with the EQing and separation is to make sure that those background elements are a lot lower. Just make sure to pay attention to your mix. Drums need to be the focal point of every song. just because when they hit, you need to be able to hear them. So sidechaining is important, which I hear that you have. Background elements almost need to barely be heard. They just need to be there. I watched Virtual Riot's Disciple tutorial thing on his Pray for Rhythm track. And he has 94 tracks in that song, and like 80 of them are background elements. So, and you can hardly hear them, but they're there. So just making sure you have them there, but they're not too overpowering. That's the only thing I have for right now is the over loudness on the background elements. Hello. Can I copy link? But yeah, JP, head over to Facebook. Share stream, chance win sphere delay. And no, you're not next Ace because this guy is.
I've never seen anything like it.
That background sound doesn't need to be there. It'd be really vibey if you didn't have it there. Again, background elements are a little too loud.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, that background element really doesn't need, that background screech doesn't need to be on. That part's sick too. I like the sound of that. See, I tried making rhythm too. This feels like a rhythmy vibe. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I called it Doubt because I don't think I want to finish it. Because it's poo-poo. So I feel like my sound design on this, I have the biggest problem when I see, like, I like your sound design for rhythm. My biggest problem is all of mine sound, all my basses sound too much the same, and I feel like when I go back and listen to people's rhythm tracks, it's not like as like Combsy and crazy. Yeah, I have a Virtual Riot, this thing right here. Right there is from Virtual Riot, just because I don't know how to make that. But when it comes to like this introduction part, when it comes to my sound design, I feel like if I showed you, I always use these. I always use, when I make rhythm presets, I always use like a square sine wave. By the way, thank you for the rhythm track. That was sick. Just fix that background bass line, that bass tone, and then so it was a screech. Just either eliminate it or turn it down, or try to like layer it, or try to make it sound that's different. because just having it layer over the, yeah, try to layer it over the at least the bases you're gonna have pump over it, just so it's not too overbearing, because I feel like with it being too overbearing it's difficult. Use operator? I never used operator though. I've used actually I use operator as my sidechain, and that's it. That's the only thing I use operator for. I don't actually no, that's a lie. I've used operator as a saw or something like that, or as a bass tone too. I've used it as an 808, and I've used it as a like a 8-bit thing. Too much flanger feedback in that. Flanger. I always call it a flanger. People yell at me for it because I know it's flanger, but I call it flanger all the time. People hate it. Come on, Doc. Thank you. God. Is this yours? I just steal presets. Yeah, that flanger in the background. It's a collab. Yeah, see, when you, so I think it's a clever technique. It can be used when you have flanger feedbacks that are in tracks. It can be used really well if it's displayed and mixed in really well. So if it's going to be like a tail end of something where you're not going to actually use it as the basis sound, because all that's happening is you have a really sharp LFO and you're smacking the feedback and it's just going ting, and that's what it does. It's because it's supposed to give you a metallic feel. So as you increase feedback, it increases the metallic. So what I would do is like try to keep what you have with it, try to duplicate it and adjust it and keep creating different things till you like it. This is the best part. I'm kidding. Maybe this little pulsing chord is a little too loud too. I like that lead a lot too. But yeah, the only thing I have that's a problem with it so far, it's beefed up like this, so it looks like your mastering or at least your normalizing was good. And then work on that flanger. That's really all I have. That feedback is kind of frustrating. But other than that, Blazikins or DNA, thank you for sending the track over. Head over to Facebook for a chance to win our what's it called? Sphere delay? I forgot the name of it. I feel like you should just stick with that kick. I would stick with that little thumpy kick you have. Lad, he probably, if he's actually homeless, he probably has a phone, or you can go into libraries and use their computer and Wi-Fi and stuff like that. But yeah, I would stay away from. The only thing I had with this, the problem with it so far, is the hard style kick. I feel like it just doesn't fit. There's not enough frequency in them. That's why I don't really. I like happy hardcore, if anything, just because they actually use legitimate kicks instead of these mathematically no-based kicks. I would stick with that thumpy low-end kick you have. There's really the only complaint I have about it. Thank you for sitting in track, DNA or Blaziken. Head over to Facebook, share a stream for a chance to win Sphere Delay. Free. I would definitely change your kick sample, and I don't know if it's a snare and a clap or with a mix with a kick, but I would just change those samples to work with a little different samples. And maybe add some chord elements. Some of these vocal chops are out of key. Yeah, and I would change up some of the melody inside and have some areas where the vocals aren't playing. I'm not even paying attention to the chat, sorry. Change up some of the vocal melody a little bit, the vocal chop. If it's a sample, then go back with the actual MIDI that you had and change up some of the notes. Pay attention to some of them being flat and try to work with those a little bit. And then try to have some areas where there's not the chops in it so it doesn't sound too repetitive. Then add some chord elements in those drops and work with the drum samples a little bit, because they seem a little bit they seem like they don't fit enough. So that's really all I got for you. Nice little track. Someone said it was kawaii or kawaii, however you want to freaking say it. Thanks for sitting in the track. Head over to Facebook, share a stream for a chance to win. I was talking for a chance to win Clavesco. Got on Gutter. Dang. I saw that. I'm like, did he take Gutter's visualizer? Nope, he's actually on legitimate. Okay, I'm sick. I hope I don't get copyrighted for this video, but excuse me. Yeah. No, you're next, Valid. Like I said before, I think you were here when I said it. You're right here. Clavesco, that's some good exposure too, dude. I gotta ask Clavesco, is it hard to get on gutter? Because I've actually tried, I'm trying to finish up a track right now that I've been working on for a couple of months, and I was gonna try to send it to him. I just don't know if he's hard to get on or not. I know that dubstep.net, that's on SoundCloud, isn't very hard. Just gotta sign in. Reminds me of Old Spag Heady a little bit. All right, yeah. I think I've actually heard this track prior to this before. I do dig the old, like the throwback feel. Reminds me of an Old Spag Heady tune. I really don't have anything to say of it. Obviously, he made it on gutter, so there's nothing wrong with it because he's very particular about. I know he's particular about his mastering and stuff like that. Yeah, but all right, good job, Clavesco. Proud of you. Want a free plugin, or at least try to get a free plugin? Head over to Facebook, share our stream for a chance to win. I literally just skipped him. I didn't mean to. Head over to Facebook, share our stream, chance to win Fear Delay for free. The question is it generic? Stop. The shutter chords are a little too much. I'd have a solid, if you're gonna have the shutter chords, I'd have a solid chord that plays over that, just so it's like an effect more or less than the actual drive. Not necessarily generic. The key and the notes sound a little generic. But what I would do is have like a solid chord that plays over that, just so it's not too, like it's more of a that little stutter is more of an effect type thing. But no, it's not. To answer your question, no, it's not generic. Head over to Facebook, share a stream for a chance to win. Sphere Delay. I gotta stop coughing, dude. I gotta quit. Stutter. dig the drop a lot. Really vibey. Nice master on it. Maybe some other high-end elements. Sorry, that cough came out of nowhere. On the second drop, I'd add something different though, just to keep people listening to it. All right, see you later. I suggest Steel presets, whatever your actual name is. The low end though could be worked on a little bit more, bumped up a little bit more for future reference. And then the second drop, maybe change up some stuff a little bit more. And that's really all I got to say about it. The master, the mix sounds pretty good. It's just some of the low end needs to be a little beefy, and some change up on that second drop would be sick. You meant mid. I meant low. Slid ice. Is it slide ice or slid ice, or is it slid ice? It's hard to say. The first part, yeah. I'm talking about like some higher element, like higher octave elements, stuff like that, like a lead that is higher. It's hard to explain what I'm trying to talk about. So this is a 3-person collab, which are always hard. Yeah, no problem. Come on, I've been up for a long time, dude. I'm tired. It's like a xylophone bells. I actually made one of these myself. Sorry to cut off the track again, but I went to 4 different restaurants and brought my actual my MacBook and my microphone, and I smacked against different top middle parts of cups that were full of water, not full of water, and then like empty, and made my own bells and layered them to be like little plucks. It's really cool. Biggest thing I work on is a master and a normalization of the track, because right now it's a very low in volume. I work on a master. It's really the only thing I have for you. Yeah, a master's all I got, and it sounds like a traditional future bass type of track. Bell's really cool. All the elements and sound design is really dope, and the way it's laid out. I would just work on a master and beefing up some of the track itself, just so it's a little more crisp. But thanks for sharing the track. Head over to Facebook, share the stream for a chance to win Spirit Delay for free today. You're welcome. Slide ice or slid ice or slid ice. How to say your name?
Oh, he had to do skin tone, chicken bone. Leave me alone here. Oh, he talking to you, Mom. Coming back. He coming back. So another Bill Buckle and a trouble here.
I'm not a fan of that 808 just because I don't dig tracks that have the very mid-tone 808s that are very noticeable. It takes away from the master. Like it's one of those tracks you're gonna have to have a vocal over. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna have to have a vocal over. But it has its what I would do is knock down the volume of those hats a little bit. Yeah, Maxwell, what I would do is bring it back with a vocal over it and knock down some of the hi-hats just so there's it's not too overpowering, and then fix some of that 808 a little bit, make it more of an actual 808 sound, less of a Less of a midtown. Anyway, that's it for today. Now we gotta go to Facebook and pick the winner of Sphere Delay. I'm tired. Who else is just tired? I am just tired for some reason. I slept. I mean, I wouldn't say I slept a lot. I slept pretty hard though, so that's what's kind of. There's only 6 shares. What are you doing, guys? You got like a minute to get over there and share it. 40 people who are watching this. Go. Our Facebook, W Productions Facebook. Share the stream for a chance to win Sphere Delay. Oh, it says this lies. Oh, okay. Two of them are Roman, so we really only have 3. Guys, go share the damn. Play a track of mine? I wouldn't say that'd be a good idea. The only one I'm actually comfy with. Or what I'm comfortable playing. Spamming one more is not going to get me to play one more. It's already 3 o'clock. This one's kind of okay. Still working on it. This is what I was talking about. I was going to send to a dubstep player. Which is a work off construction. Really glitchy because I turned off my headset thing, but that's been worked on a lot since that little demo there. All right, so let me refresh the thingy. So I gave you guys a couple more minutes to go share. Whoever didn't. 15 shares. Holy crap, it worked. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Let's see. It's duplicating a couple of them, so that's kind of frustrating. I am letting it pick its person now. It's picking its person now. I'm a dubstep guy usually. Yeah, I try to make a vast different amount of genres. Right now I'm working on rhythm sound design more or less, like rhythm production, just because it's the poppin' genre at the moment. I try to stay learning the new stuff that comes out. I really like to do melodic dubstep a lot. 8-bit sounding stuff like that, so that's kind of where I'm at. But what I'm trying to do is have this thing load, because holy crap. Alright, it's cool. It's loading now. It's picking. It's picking a few peeps. So whenever I stream on this computer, it lags like crazy, because I'm using 4 browsers plus a streaming software. Can you go over here? Thank you. What do you So it's a little bit fishy. 18 shares. All right, and now it's officially picking a person. So give it a second. You only needed to share it once, not 150 times, just so you know. All right, give it a couple of seconds. Right now, the Papa genre is rhythm. It's like where everyone's trying to make it, even people who don't make it. People who don't make the genre, people like Spaghetti, he used to make really wonky dubstep back in the day, are now making rhythm just because it sells more. At the moment, at least. It'll die out. All right, it's picked a person. And to person is Bartek. I think that's how you say your name. Let's put your name in the chat until it blocks me. Hello? That's the winner of today. I have your information, and Roman will send you the plug-in in a couple of hours. Give him some time. But thank you for sharing the stream. When is the next stream? I don't know. We used to do them every week, but now I kind of have to just let you know whenever we're doing them. So sign into our Discord, follow us on, go join our Discord community, and you'll know when the streams are going to be. It's usually where I post them. So I'll see you guys next time. I can't say next week anymore because it probably won't be next week. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you for submitting the track. Congratulations to Bartek. I think I already got his name. Roman will send you the plug-in a couple of hours. And I will see you guys eventually. Have a good rest.